Yo, what's up, Eyepeal investors? Today we're talking about my two favorite investments of all time. We're talking about my two largest investments of all time. We're talking about the future, in my opinion, guys. Okay, you could probably tell by the title. We're talking about Tesla versus Bitcoin. Okay, remember, I'm not a financial advisor, and these videos are for entertainment purposes only. Make sure you check out the link below, get your free stocks, and if you're interested in cryptocurrency, make sure you hit my Coinbase referral at the bottom as well. Now, let's get into this video. I think you're gonna like what I have for you. Now let's talk about Tesla, baby. We will start with Mr. Elon Musk. He was born on June 28, 1971 in South Africa. He currently has 7 children, and he is now considered the richest man on the planet. Elon is also co-founder of Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink, and the Boring Company. He was also founder of PayPal, before they sold to eBay for $1.5 billion. Tesla is my favorite, largest holding in the stock market. I currently have 83 shares of Tesla with different cost averages. Let's look at what they've been at over the last year. In the last year, Tesla has grown over 469%. And in the last 5 years, Tesla has gone up over 2,721%. That's crazy. Let's see what their market cap is. Tesla's market cap is $807.83 billion. Wow. Tesla's building Gigafactories. Let's check out this video.
The automobile is being reinvented by humans and robots. High-tech tools are ushering in the 4th industrial revolution. Cutting-edge technology is combined with Japanese tradition to create one-of-a-kind musical instruments. And one of the fastest-growing energy generation sources requires hands-on attention. These groundbreaking innovations are all taking place inside some of the most incredible factories on the planet. In the desert, just outside Reno, Nevada, an electric vehicle pioneer is on a mission to change the world. Since 2003, Tesla Incorporated has been working to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy by manufacturing electric vehicles and energy products. Tesla produces over 500,000 cars per year. Their best seller is the Tesla Model 3. Launched in 2017, the M3's sleek design, speed, and technological capabilities are a cut above all its electric vehicle competitors. Tesla's induction motor is 6 times lighter and 93% more powerful than a similar-sized internal combustion engine, like the ones found in standard cars.
Like it or not, the internal combustion engine is coming to the end of the road, and more countries in Europe and Asia are set to ban oil-based fuels in the next 20 years. The automotive industry has got the message, and now most big firms are hard at work designing electric models.
A key component of the M3 is manufactured here at one of the most technologically advanced factories in the world, Tesla's Gigafactory 1. Construction on this cutting-edge facility started in 2014. At over half a mile long, the current structure spans over 1.9 million square feet, housing approximately 5.3 million square feet of operational space and it's only 30% done.
They have gigafactories in Las Vegas, Nevada, New York, Shanghai, Berlin, and they're finishing up one in Texas. It roughly costs $5 billion to make a gigafactory. Okay, you should all know my favorite investor by now, Kathy Woods with ARK Invest. Tesla is ARK's largest holding in ARK's portfolio. Look at this, #1 right here, okay, as of February 5th. And her bull case for Tesla is $15,000 by 2024. After Tesla's 5-for-1 split, that would make each share of Tesla $3,000.
One of the things that I'd like to focus on is the reason this is going to be such a big upside surprise is because Tesla is riding the convergence of 3 major innovation platforms. Convergence. It's very hard to analyze this in the traditional world, right? Auto analysts are not robotics experts. They are not artificial intelligence experts or battery experts. We have 3 analysts working on this model together. All of them are characterized by exponential growth during the We are ready for prime time. The seeds for what we're about to witness now, not just with Tesla, but with genomics, with 3D printing, with everything we do. The seeds were sown during the tech and telecom bubble. The costs back then were way too high to play out, for those platforms to play out. The costs have been coming down for 20 years. We're ready for prime time. These are 3 exponential growth trends that are converging, and that is why this is so difficult for traditional analysts to value. This is all we do. We do nothing but disruptive innovation because we have never seen as much disruptive innovation evolving at the same time ever. You have to go back to telephone, electricity, internal combustion engine. That's the last time we saw exponential growth on the order that we're going to see.
I want to get in one quick question.
Wow. Okay. I'm thinking we should be at $3,000 a share by the end of 2022. Now let's look at Tesla's pipeline. Tesla is the leader in electric vehicles. They will soon be releasing the Cybertruck, the Roadster, Tesla's Semi, Tesla's Eco Solar Powerwall and Grids, autonomous driving, robo-taxi, which will be the death of Uber and Lyft, all their subscriptions, more gigafactories, and they'll be, in 2022, Tesla will be releasing the first fully autonomous EV car under $25,000. This may sound extremely crazy to you guys, but my prediction for Tesla by 2030 is going to be between $100,000 and $200,000 per share. So if you own Tesla, I hope you have diamond hands and you hold. Look at his bio. He put #Bitcoin. That's crazy in the bio. Look at how many followers he has. So let's talk about Bitcoin. First, let's start with, what is it? Bitcoin is cryptocurrency that was invented in 2008. It's decentralized digital currency, meaning we won't need third-party banks to use it. Transactions are verified and recorded in a public ledger called the blockchain.
Before Bitcoin, it was not possible to make electronic payments without the help of a third party, like a bank or payment processor. Payments were often slow, expensive, and not available to everyone. To solve those problems, Bitcoin operates without a trusted third party. Instead, it works as a purely peer-to-peer electronic currency, meaning that payments are sent directly from one person to another. How does that work? Simply put, computers all over the world use mathematical functions to independently verify all Bitcoin transactions, which are then added to a public, permanent list of transactions called the blockchain. The blockchain is stored on all of those computers and works as a secure, universal record of who owns what.
You can buy things using Bitcoin. You can sell things receiving Bitcoin as payment. You can even send any amount of Bitcoin to anyone around the world in seconds. And Bitcoin is being acknowledged all around the world as the #1 cryptocurrency and has been called digital gold 2.0.
$146,000 a pop. JP Morgan went out on a limb Tuesday predicting the price of Bitcoin will soar. The digital currency is in the midst of a powerful upswing, surging over the past 6 months to a record peak just shy of $35,000 as investors look for an alternative to a weaker dollar and see Bitcoin as a hedge against inflation. Now, JP Morgan says the price could go much, much higher, as this could finally be the dawn of, quote, digital gold, a new age of stability and acceptability for the world's biggest cryptocurrency. The investment bank said Bitcoin could rival actual gold and its traditional safe haven status. And that perception is likely to accelerate with a generational shift in investors. Bitcoin has now been around long enough for millennials to be more acquainted with it and not see it as an unproven, risky new asset. JP Morgan reasons that millennials will increasingly turn to so-called digital gold over the traditional hard stuff.
Currently, Bitcoin's market cap, $647.2 billion. Let's look at what gold's market cap is. $10.6 trillion. When Bitcoin topped $40,000, it became more valuable than a 20-ounce block of gold. So if Bitcoin is currently at $647 billion, it has plenty of growth to surpass gold at $10 trillion. Let's look at what Bitcoin has gone up over the last 12 months. Over 300%. How about in the last 5 years? It has been up more than 8,876%. Here's a few price predictions regarding Bitcoin. Bitcoin could hit between $100,000 and $288,000 by the end of 2021. 100 to 200,000. 200 to 300,000. Over 400 or more. PayPal is allowing their platforms of over 26 million merchants to receive Bitcoin as payment. PayPal is all in. They've explained Venmo integrations with crypto is expected in the coming months. And they said that this is just the beginning for crypto, blockchain, and digital currency. Square is also in the cryptocurrency space. Square made a huge investment last year, purchasing $50 million worth of Bitcoin. I mean, the way the government keeps paying, by cutting stimulus checks and printing money, it seems like they're totally devaluing the dollar. Other huge companies that have converted some of their cash on hand into Bitcoin, let's check that out. We've got Galaxy Digital. They made $104 million in Bitcoin. We've got MicroStrategy that announced over $1 billion in Bitcoin. And we have Grayscale, which has approximately half the circulation of Bitcoin. I'm sure you guys are familiar with Mr. Beast. Look at how many subscribers he has on YouTube, okay? Mr. Beast also is involved in Bitcoin. He tweeted hashtag Bitcoin just like Elon Musk did, and he even tweeted about Bitcoin. Now let's look at all the celebrities that currently are involved in Bitcoin. Mike Tyson, Snoop Dogg, Roseanne, Drew Carey. So as more companies and influencers back Bitcoin, where do you think Bitcoin is going to go? Now let's talk about the most juiciest story of all, okay? Let's talk about Tesla converting large transactions to Bitcoin. In Q3 of 2020, Tesla had $14.53 billion cash on hand. This would mean so many things. If Tesla invested their cash on hand into Bitcoin, Bitcoin is going to continue to go up and it's going to do nothing but raise additional capital for Tesla to continue to grow, build more Gigafactories, etc. Then other companies in the S&P 500 are going to follow in Tesla's footsteps, converting their cash in hand into Bitcoin. This, combined with the FOMO from retail investors, Bitcoin is going to skyrocket. And what makes Bitcoin so valuable is, unlike money where when they run out, they can keep printing more. With Bitcoin, there's a limited amount. So when they run out, that's it. My price prediction on Bitcoin by the end of 2021 is $150,000. My 5 to 10 year prediction on Bitcoin is it will hit $1 million. okay? It's the second largest holding in my portfolio. Now let's look at what Fox Business had to say about Tesla versus Bitcoin.
If you could only put one in your portfolio, is it Bitcoin or Tesla? It's now a battle of car versus crypto. Okay, we bring in our guests. If you only had one choice, which would you buy? We're asking Tesla buyer and longtime Tesla bull Gerber Kawasaki, CEO Ross Gerber, and KRBE Digital Assets co-founder Isaiah Jackson. Welcome, Isaiah. Isaiah is also the author of the book Bitcoin and Black America. Okay, Ross. Both are volatile asset classes. You've been pounding the table forever on Tesla, but if you had to pick one, because you actually support both, which would it be? I'm putting your feet to the fire.
I know, my crypto fans are going to hate me for this, but my Tesla fans are going to love me for this. In the end, I think over the next decade, I want to own Tesla. I think cornering the market on energy, as well as the tremendous challenge of climate change, as well as the fact that it's actually a company that produces profits, makes Tesla not only, I think, a safer investment, but potentially even a better returning one. So as much as I believe in cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin in particular, I'm going to have to say over the next decade, I expect amazing things from Tesla.
Well, Isaiah, I'm guessing since you wrote the book, you're going with Bitcoin. Why? Why Bitcoin? Ross makes the point that at least you can physically see a car, you can see assembly lines, you know, there's a CEO out there. In the meantime, with Bitcoin, a lot of people don't get it. So make your case to our viewers that if they only had one choice, they buy Bitcoin versus Tesla.
Absolutely, and thank you for having me on the show. So Bitcoin has a different goal in mind. I believe that Tesla has great potential, but the end goal of Tesla stock is to trade it for a liquid asset, which right now is the USD. Whereas Bitcoin, because it is a preservation of wealth, a way to store your wealth long term, actually the goal of Bitcoin is to actually be a global reserve system. So the money that Tesla is looking to point, I believe Tesla stocks will be sold for Bitcoin. And that is my case for Bitcoin over the next decade, that it is becoming a money system that is available to 7 billion people around the world, whereas Tesla stock is only available to investors with a brokerage account. So the potential is much higher for Bitcoin, and we're going after the hundreds of trillions of dollars in assets, not just a high price in the stock market.
I think that's a good point.
There are a lot of cross currents. Go ahead.
Yeah, but I think the point is that Bitcoin is like an alternative financial system that has huge potential if it's successful. And so I think that's a very valid point. But Tesla, at the same respect, is also could be revolutionizing the entire energy industry. So I think it's a very interesting debate.
Yeah, and I would love to see Tesla innovate the energy sector, and then that energy is probably going to be used to mine Bitcoin. So even at the end of the day, you're still turning what you do into a money system.
Right. Okay. So there's a link there. You know, you need electricity to mine Bitcoin, and Tesla's in the battery business for electricity. Ross, part of Tesla's run-up had to do with the fact that they were the lead one out there, first in wins kind of thing. I mean, you know, you look at that, those early days of Tesla, but now the competitive landscape has gotten a lot rockier and scarier. Isn't that suddenly going to cast a bit of a pall when you see the NIOs of the world, the BYDs? It's not just Elon and, you know, Tesla out there anymore.
No, I look at that as that's actually the sign that Tesla's been successful, is the fact that these companies have risen and this industry is rising because that's their goal. But I think when you look at the cell factory, for example, they released a video and they're hiring now for Texas for self-development. They are actually increasing their lead with the competition. They now have the best cell and batteries in the world, and it's like a 6 to 7x order of magnitude larger. So, you know, Tesla's increased its lead against the competition, and people will see that over the next 2 years as they continue to lower the cost of production and increase the quality of the vehicles.
Yeah.
If you stuck with me till the end, I truly appreciate you, okay? Comment below if you own either one of those investments, or comment below if you're planning on buying either one of those investments. Make sure you check out my link in the description and check it out. Go buy Tesla, go buy Bitcoin. I'll see you on the next one.